21-18, 21-19, so that was a very, very tight affair. And the umpire, Abdul Latif Johari, and his service judge, Osama Adnan from Iraq. So Daren on the right here has got some catching up to do. He's 67 on the world ranking now, and it must be said that he's lost 40 places on that world ranking just this year. Just within 2014, he has dropped about 40 places on the world ranking. So some catching up to do. His best ranking ever has been 10. And he has not had the best of years, but we will come back to that a little bit later when we get this match going.
On my right, it is Prannoy, India. And on my left, Daren LIEW, Malaysia. Daren LIEW to serve, love all, play. Service over, 1 love. Service over, 1 all. Service over to all.
So Daren, so far in the tournament, has beaten #1 seed Rumbaka from Indonesia, and then in the quarterfinal yesterday, Sai Praneeth of India, who's #6 seed in the tournament. So it's been a good outing for Daren so far in this tournament, but it has to be said that he is in well need of a good result here. He played the third singles in the Malaysian Thomas Cup campaign and lost all the matches he played. Was taken out of several of the matches and two where the tie wasn't decided and therefore he didn't play. He lost the final to Ueda, Japan, 21-12, 18-21, 21-17, after a strong performance coming back in that second game. But it cannot be taken away that he did not win one match in that Thomas Cup campaign, and he was very, very disappointed with his performance. Top seed and favourite to win the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow just a few weeks ago, but he lost the semi-final to Rashid Youssef of England. But he was part of the Malaysian team who won the gold, and he played an important part in that. So far it's been a good start, 5-3 up.
Service over, 4-5.
So when you're watching Daren play, you see that he is very, very quick on his feet, And on some occasions, I actually think he reminds me a little bit about the #1 in the world and #1 in Malaysia, Lee Chong-wei. The way he moves on court, the same explosiveness. He's a little bit of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Some rallies he's playing like a world champion, and the next ones you think, how on earth did he play a shot like that? And that is something he's got to look into if he wants to improve his game and get back into that top 10 in the world where he was a few years ago. And that was after winning the French Open Super Series in 2012. And he has actually also in 2005 won the Chinese Taipei Open. So that's the 2 wins of his career so far. Yeah, good length, wonderful length. Yeah, good call by the line judge here. Right on that line.
Halt. Service over. 6-8.
So Prannoy, as earlier mentioned, 22 years old. Was the runners-up of Vietnam Open just the other week.
7-8.
And got to the Japan Open Super Series quarterfinal. And on the way in 2013, he beat Janne Jorgensen. His present ranking, as we saw before, is 43, but his best ranking is actually 33, and that was in March of this year. So he's not far from it. And he took part in the 2010 Youth Olympic Games in Singapore, where he won the silver and did India very proud in that event.
Service over. 9-all.
I think it's fair to say that that smash could have been a winner. Did it not go in the nets? I think he had totally wrong-footed Liu Daren.
Service over. 10-9.
And at the moment, I think the match is a little bit erratic. Not the best of rallies and no big winners, but more winning on the mistakes of the opponent. Fairy cross-court smash by Liu Daren.
Service over. 10-all.
He really likes his attacking play. That's when he's best, when he's playing shots like that.
Interval.
And into the mid-game interval with the smallest of margins. Covered the nets really well here, making sure his opponent couldn't play it back. Very loose shots though, but still well covered. on occasions you see players really storming back from the net in a situation like that. And with the back to the camera here, we've got the coach of Liu Daren, who is Hendrawan, former world champion from Indonesia in men's singles. I actually think he won it in 2001 in Seville. He's been coaching in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, at Badminton Association of Malaysia for a number of years now.
Play. Service over, 11-all.
I don't know if we get that in slow motion, but you know, we can compare that shot to a previous situation where he played a wonderful win on it, and this time he was way out of that sideline, and that's just showing some of the mistakes of Liu Daren and how erratic he can be at times. You know, 1 second he plays a beautiful winner, the next it's going way out of court, and that's exactly the same shot. Good straight smash. Prannoy, on the other hand, I think is quite happy to sit back and wait, and in a situation like this, very nice counter-attacking shots. He turned that defensive situation into a beautiful attacking situation, cross-court drive. It was a right-out winner. And I think that's how he wants to play. He likes to play this counter-attacking style and waiting for the opponents to attack him, making mistakes. And then eventually, after a counter-attacking situation, get on the attack himself. Good smash by Prannoy, well played, well placed at the forehand side of the body.
Service over, 13-14.
So Prannoy still have to get past the quarterfinals at Super Series levels. In 2013, last year, he had 3 attempts and lost the quarterfinals on all 3 occasions.
15-13.
Prannoy really have a good counter-attacking style that is troubling Liu Daren a lot, because Liu Daren knows that he's got to play really solid shots and good attacking shots to penetrate that defense, and he's got to play very patiently, and that was a beautiful cross-court by Prannoy. And on the other hand, Prannoy, he knows that he's got the defense to stick with his opponent and just wait for the mistakes. And here we saw it just wide of that sideline, setting up a 4-point lead, 17-13. And that's the way to play. Liu Daren, just stick with him, get it back, and eventually the mistakes are creeping in.
Service over, 14-17. Service over, 18-14.
So still having that 4-point lead, 18-14, and just 3 points away from taking this first game. And I think it's just 2 points away from taking this first game. 19-14, a very commanding lead in this scoring system. And that was such a weak shot.
20. Game point. 14.
Unbelievable that Prannoy could get away with that. Liu Daren really messed that up terribly and given 6 game points to Prannoy of India. And he's just got to keep his cool, as what he did here. First time of asking. 21-14. After very, very even opening, Prannoy suddenly shot away from his opponent, Liu Daren, and took the first game 21-14 in just 16 minutes. And Hendra have to do some damage control here. But that's a lovely lift. Really, really well disguised, and right down to the baseline here, trying to have a look. You can see where it's landing. Yes, almost on that baseline. Wonderful lift. And interesting in this interval between the two games, Prannoy is not having a coach, and in my opinion, it's not all bad. As I see it, it gives the player an opportunity to do his own game planning and try to follow through and think of what he's doing best and how to attack next time and all that, you know, and not having to rely on someone to tell him all the time. And I think that is a very good exercise for players now and again to do that.
Service over, 1 love. Service over, 1-all. Service over, 2-1.
Yeah, good shot by Liu Daren here. Well intercepted with that cross-court drive backhand shot. And off to a good start here, 3-1 up in the second game. And that is very well-directed attack by Prannoy. Instead of opting straight down the line, as so many players are doing in a situation like that, he opted to go for that cross-court body smash at Liu Daren, and it worked so beautifully. And that's where we saw some of the pace by Liu Daren here. He's got that pace in his legs. And sometimes you wish that he could utilize it a little bit better. Good net play here by Prannoy, setting up a good opportunity for his attacking shot. This one here is a beauty. That's really well played. Lift short, looking where his opponent is. That's good. And then placing it very simply, out of reach.
Service over, 5-3.
So Prannoy must never lose his patience. He's got to stick with his opponent and play it safe. Wait for his chances or the mistakes from his opponent as well. And for a change, Prannoy really took the initiative here in this rally. Played good smash here, nice block, and then the cross. Look at that, very, very nicely executed.
Service over, 8-7. 9-5.
Well left by Prannoy.
Service over, 6-9.
And just a little bit of statistics here that's underlining Liu Daren's situation on the world ranking. In the tournaments so far, in the Australian Open Super Series, he lost the first round. In Japan Super Series, he lost the qualification. In the Badminton Asia Championship, he lost the first round. In the All England, he lost the qualification. In German Open Grand Prix Gold, he got to the last 16. And in the Malaysian Super Series Premier, he lost the first round. So it has been a really, really not so good year for Liu Daren. And he have to go back and talk to his coaches and do some soul searching and see how he's going to bring his career back in shape. And that's what we see. That is so unfortunate for Liu Daren here, that shot there, but that's what we see so often from his hand. Setting himself up very nicely and then missing the big opportunity.
Service over, 10-8. In the ball.
So once again, Liu Daren goes into the mid-game interval with a lead this time 11-8. In the first game, it was 11-10.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Players winning. (11-8). Play.
Yeah, good smash down the line. And it will be interesting to see if Liu Daren is getting a good start to this second half of the second game, because he definitely needs it to gain a little bit of confidence and the belief that he can do it. And obviously he's got to win this second game to stay in the match. And what better way to do it to edge on here from the mid-game interval. And having a 4-point lead and make it 5 now, 13-8 up.
13-8.
And that's a very important lead here for Liu Daren. Obviously still possible for Prannoy to get back into this, but for every point it's getting more and more difficult.
Service over, 9-13. Service over.
Good play here by Liu Daren. First we saw here he's pushing it deep into the forehand corner of Prannoy on a few occasions, and then obviously this wonderful net play, and rightly so, he took it. Shuttle was coming over the net. So what a good start here, 59 up, the last 4 points has been going to Liu Daren. You can see Liu Daren is really talking to himself and urging himself not to make those easy, silly mistakes.
Service over, 60-11. Service over, 4-16.
So there is a good chance that this match will go into a third and deciding game. But will Daren be able to hold on to his lead in this second game here? Yes, good net play. 17-13. Just 4 points away from clinching this second game, and 4 points lead. 17-13 up against Prannoy. Good cross-court smash here by Prannoy. Totally wrong footing this one. First straight down the line. And here it comes, that cross-court just before the line. That sideline there, well played by Prannoy. And nicely disguised by Daren here. Just 2 points away from securing this second game and forcing the match into 3. I think a lot of people in the badminton family would say, oh, don't believe that Daren can win it so easily. You never know what happens, but I have a very good feeling that he will win it, and that was obviously easy for me to say now when he secured that game point here. 6 in total, 20 game point, 14. And here it comes, yes. So all square. Symmetry in the scores. 21-14, 14-21. Depends on how you look at it.
Part 1, 20 seconds. Part 1, 20 seconds.
And as you can see, the stadium is filling up very nicely. I think it's full capacity. Can hardly see any spaces left. in the stadium, and
Final game.
there might be around 2,000 people here in to watch the semi-finals this afternoon.
Service over.
Let's see who's getting a good start to this third and decisive game in the men's singles between Daren from Malaysia and HS Prannoy of India.
Love.
So it looks like Prannoy is getting the best start, 3-love up. And once again, a big miss by Liu Daren here on that sideline. But I think we see a more attacking Prannoy here. I think the opening of this third game, clever change of tactics, been very much relying on his defense and counter-attacking. And suddenly now he's going out there, taking control, attacking. And then obviously save this beautiful one here. And setting up a 5-love lead in the third game here. What a good start by the Indian. And important for him to keep up the good form from Vietnam, where he got to the final just the other week. Very well placed by Liu Daren. That attacking shot to the forehand side of the body. As so often before, when you break a string, you tend to make a mistake on that shot. And this was proven again by Prannoy, going for his attacking shot, but missing it right in the tape here, and the racket is gone.
Service over, 6-2.
That's in. Good lift by Prannoy, setting up a 7.2 lead, still keeping the 5 point from the early stages of this third game. And you might be wondering that we next court have a women's doubles going on between Indonesia and Malaysia, and the arch rivalry between the two nations in badminton is once again proved.
Nine, 2.
A good play here by Liu Daren. He's also really got to do something now. He's trailing 3-9 in the deciding game here, and he really got to step up now. And what a way to do it. Wonderful cross-court smash here. Seen from a Malaysian perspective, if you're a Malaysian fan, you could doubt whether it's not too late, a 9-3 or a 9-2 lead, as what Prannoy had just before might be a little bit too much for Liu Daren to catch up, but he's on his way, and 4-9 it is now. He's got to score 2 or 3 points more before the mid-game interval to give him a realistic chance to stay in the match. There's another one, so now it's 5-9. Once again, that cross-court smash proving to be very nice, but it's played back to where Liu Daren is coming from. He came from that forehand side, and the smash is cross-court back to that forehand side. And it seems very difficult for him to change direction in a situation like that.
Ball. Service over.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I could see a little smile on Henderwan's face at the back of the court, behind Liu Daren's court, and I understand why, because I think Liu Daren actually thought one of his shots were not coming over, and he hesitated a lot, but managed to get back in the rally and won it. So it's 6-10, another 1 or 2 points, then he is still having a realistic chance of getting back into this match. So it's 7-10 now, and so much better than being 9-2 down. What a wonderful recovery here by Liu Daren. And all the Malaysian fans maybe look for a chance and opportunity for Liu Daren to come back into this match. He was 9-2 down just a few minutes ago. I do follow the Malaysian press now and again, and I saw there was an article where Henry Won was saying that he's working with the backup players. And he's got his doubts now whether these backup players will make it all the way to the top of the world. And he was quoted of saying that. And as a remark to that, the reporter said that it was good to hear that he was very honest about it. But Daren obviously have to prove him otherwise, see if he can still make it all the way to the top. And get him back to the level where he was when he won the French Open a few years ago. But Prannoy is 3 points up, 11-8 at the mid-game interval in the third and deciding game. That was not unlucky by Liu Daren. I think that was very, very close to that sideline, but it was called in. Good smash by Prannoy, opting for the body smash straight down the middle. And then the follow-up. And Liu Daren was really trying to guess the side. And he chose the forehand side and got into trouble. And another very good attack by Prannoy here. It would be wonderful to see him do that more often. He's got a very nice basic game. He's moving well on the court. Good counter-attacking player. But we sometimes need to see him doing that explosive attacking rallies and shots to upset his opponents and to change the rhythm and understanding in the game. I think he lost a step there. It looked a little bit awkward. And while Liu Daren is seeing to his shoe, gives both players an opportunity and chance to think of what to happen next. And I'm sure both of them are making their plans, and it will be interesting to see who's coming out on top. But what a commanding lead now, 5 points again by Prannoy, 14-9 up. And it will be tough for Liu Daren to catch up once again. He was 9-2 down and caught back all the way up to 8-10. It's called out. But the umpire here overrules. The line judge calls it out, and it would have been 15-9 for Prannoy, but it's overruled by the umpire on the line right in front of him. He's got a good sight there, so he's overruling the line judge, and it's 10-14 and not 15-9. Let's see if we get it here in slow motion, see what happens. It's a very, very close call. I can understand Liu Daren is really devastated with that decision. It's way in. Look at that. It's not even close to the line. How can he leave it? How can he leave it? He must not take chances like that. He's 10-14 down in that third game, and he's got to find the answers, and that was definitely not the one. And here once again we see that cross-court drive slash smash back to the forehand side where Liu Daren is coming from. And that proves to be very effective against him.
Service over, 11-16.
Good shot by Prannoy. This time he chose to go down the line. And he could have gone cross-court as well as what he's done on previous occasions. But that's a very good variation and paid out. And now it's 6-point lead, 17-11. And just 4 points away from a place in the final. Tomorrow's final that starts at 1 o'clock local time.
Service over, 12-18.
Good shot here by Liu Daren.
13-18.
Important for Prannoy not to become too defensive in his thinking and think that, okay, the opponent would give it to me, you know, I'm so way up that, you know, he's got no chance. Never ever think that. You've got to press on and really be aggressive in your thinking. Like that. That's the way to go. He's got to play attacking badminton. He's got to try to play the winners, as what he did here. And only now 2 points away from victory. Is Liu Daren's good run and good fortune coming to an end in this tournament. He's beaten number 1 and number 6 seed so far. And is against Prannoy here from India. And 21-14 in the third and deciding game. And Liu Daren once again have to leave a tournament not winning. And here we have the confirmation. Prannoy against Liu Daren, winning 21-14, 14-21, 21-14. And it looked a little bit dispirited and disheartened, Liu Daren, in this match when he played in the Thomas Cup final for Malaysia. That wonderful run that Malaysia had in India just in May. He lost that third singles in the final against Weeder, but what a fight it was and how well he fought back in that second game. Today he couldn't find that same kind of spirit and did not make the final of the Indonesian Masters this year. And next match on court is the men's doubles with Silvanus G and Kevin Sunjaya Sukamulyo of Indonesia, number 5 seed, up against the number 8 seed from Chinese Taipei.